Welcome back everyone to Coins, the ultimate home for all rare, mysterious, and valuable coins that could be hiding right inside your pocket change. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about and fascinating coins in the entire Lincoln Cent series, the 1977 Lincoln penny, also known by collectors as the Top Liberty coin. This little piece of copper might look like an ordinary penny, but its story, its history, and its current market value can surprise you in ways you never imagined. So sit tight, watch carefully till the end, because what you're about to learn could change the way you look at every single penny in your collection or even the ones lying forgotten in your drawer. The Lincoln cent has been a symbol of American coinage for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. The obverse or front side of the coin features that famous portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the word Liberty on the left and the date on the right. But in 1977, something special happened. Something that would make certain pennies from that year worth hundreds, thousands, and even tens of thousands of dollars today. The reason? A small but significant detail, a rare striking variation known as the Top Liberty feature, and several unique mint errors that changed everything for collectors. The 1977 Lincoln penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with billions of regular circulation coins produced. Most of these are worth just 1 cent, maybe a few cents if they're in uncirculated condition. But there are some rare examples where the coin striking process caused unusual variations, things like doubled dies, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, and most interestingly, sharp or elevated impressions of the word Liberty that appear slightly higher than normal, earning the nickname Top Liberty. These subtle differences might sound minor, but in the world of numismatics, tiny imperfections often turn ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. Collectors have reported finding 1977 Lincoln pennies with crisp, elevated lettering, unusually thick mint marks, or doubling around the date and letters. When these features combine with a flawless red or red-brown copper luster, the value can shoot up beyond imagination. Auction records show that certain mint state and proof examples of the 1977 Lincoln cent have sold for thousands of dollars. One high-grade coin, graded MS-67 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, once fetched over $7,800. Some rare varieties with doubling and minting errors have reached even higher estimated values, crossing into the tens of thousands for pristine examples. Now let's talk about why collectors love this year so much. The 1970s were a transitional time for U.S. coinage. The materials, minting techniques, and even die preparation were evolving. As a result, coins from this era often show minor but collectible variations. The 1977 penny, struck in 95% copper and 5% zinc, carries that warm reddish tone that coin lovers adore. Its weight is about 3.11 grams, and the design detail, when preserved well, gives a strong sense of historical craftsmanship. For many, it's not just a coin, it's a connection to an era when craftsmanship and quality mattered. But what makes this coin even more fascinating is how some collectors have discovered rare die errors that make these pennies worth a fortune today. Imagine finding a simple penny in your change that looks perfectly ordinary, until you notice the word Liberty sitting slightly higher, or a subtle doubling around the letters "In God We Trust." If you spot one of these, don't ignore it. Take a closer look under magnification, because that small detail could mean your coin is worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. As of today, the coin market continues to show strong demand for rare and high-grade Lincoln cents. Collectors around the world, from beginners to professionals, are constantly searching for those special 1977 examples with sharp details, full steps, and deep luster. Some coins certified by PCGS or NGC in the highest grades have been known to reach values above $5,000, $10,000, and even more. If a new error or rare variation is discovered, especially one involving the Top Liberty feature, the price could rise dramatically, even up to $78,797.99 or higher depending on rarity, demand, and collector interest. Now, when evaluating your 1977 penny, pay close attention to the following details. First, check the date and mint mark. If you see a D mark under the date, it was minted in Denver. If there's no mint mark, it's from Philadelphia. Then, inspect the word Liberty. Is it perfectly aligned, or slightly shifted upwards? Is there doubling around the letters or on Lincoln's face? Look closely at the rim. Does it have a clean and even border? These small things can make a big difference. Also, remember that condition is everything. A coin with shiny luster, no scratches, and strong strike details will always command a premium. Another fascinating aspect of the 1977 penny story is its historical connection. That was a time of major events in the United States. The space race was ongoing, technology was advancing, and people were collecting coins as both a hobby and a smart investment. Even though billions of pennies were made, only a handful survived in perfect condition. That's what gives them their incredible value today. The combination of history, artistry, and rarity makes the 1977 Top Liberty coin a true treasure for collectors. So next time you're sorting through old jars of change or checking coins at a flea market, keep your eyes wide open. You might be holding something truly special. Every single penny has a story, but the 1977 Lincoln penny, especially the Top Liberty version, tells a story of value, history, and mystery all in one. And if you're lucky enough to find one in mint or near perfect condition, remember that this tiny copper coin could be worth more than you ever dreamed. If you enjoyed learning about the fascinating world of the 1977 Lincoln Top Liberty coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Coins, and turn on all notifications so you never miss another incredible story about rare and valuable coins. This channel is dedicated to uncovering hidden treasures, exploring coin history, and helping collectors like you discover the secrets behind ordinary-looking coins that are worth a fortune today. Comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you'd like me to cover another year from the Lincoln Cent series. Thanks for watching, my fellow collectors and coin hunters. Keep your magnifiers ready, stay curious, and remember, every coin has a history, every penny has potential, and sometimes, a small copper coin can tell a story worth thousands of dollars. You're watching Coins, where history meets treasure. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and underrated coins in American history, the 1979 Lincoln penny, especially the Top Liberty variant that's capturing collectors' attention all around the world. You might think a penny is just a small coin worth 1 cent, but some of these 1979 Lincoln pennies are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on their mint mark, condition, and special characteristics. So stay with me till the end of this video because you might just find out that a simple coin lying in your old drawer could be worth a small fortune. Let's start with the story behind this coin. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most beloved coins in U.S. history. It was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny became an instant classic, and over time, it evolved through different materials, mint marks, and small design changes that make each year special for collectors. Now, the year 1979 holds a unique place in this legacy. It was a transitional time in American coinage. The country was facing high inflation, copper prices were rising, and the U.S. Mint was under pressure to reduce costs while keeping the traditional look of the coin intact. The 1979 Lincoln penny was made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc, which means it still has that rich red tone collectors love. But what makes the Top Liberty 1979 penny stand out is its fine details. When you look closely at the word Liberty on the obverse side, near Lincoln's portrait, you might see strong, sharp lettering or sometimes faint or doubled impressions. Certain varieties show a double die on the word Liberty or the date, especially the 1979 D and 1979 S proof coins. These varieties are extremely desirable in the collector's market because they reveal minting errors that make each coin unique and rare. Now here's where it gets really exciting, the value. A normal circulated 1979 penny might just be worth its face value, 1 cent, but special ones with errors, proof conditions, or rare mint marks can skyrocket in value. Some collectors have paid between $100 to $1,000 for pristine examples. There are even reports of top-graded coins, in MS-67 or MS-68 red condition, selling for $5,000 or more at major auctions. And the rarest of all, those with sharp Liberty impressions, clean fields, and perfect luster, are now being valued by expert dealers at an unbelievable $7,879.79. Yes, you heard that right, thousands of dollars for a single penny if it's the right one. That's why so many collectors are on the hunt, checking their change, searching through rolls, and exploring estate sales just to find that perfect 1979 top Liberty coin. But it's not just about money. The beauty of the Lincoln penny lies in its connection to history. Each coin has passed through time, through hands, through generations. When you hold a 1979 penny, you're holding a piece of America's story, a time when gas prices were rising, music was changing, and technology was just starting to shape the modern world. That little copper coin in your palm carries echoes of that era. Collectors don't just see value, they see art, heritage, and the mystery of how small details can make a huge difference, and what's truly amazing is how these coins continue to surprise people. Every few months, new discoveries appear, a slightly doubled die, a misaligned die strike, or a proof coin with mirror-like surfaces. Each of these unique traits can add hundreds or thousands of dollars to the coin's market price. Auction houses have been seeing growing interest, and prices for high-grade Lincoln pennies from the late 70s have been climbing year after year. So if you have an old jar of coins, it's time to take a closer look. Because somewhere in there, among the ordinary, could be an extraordinary treasure waiting to be found. Let's also talk about the mint marks. In 1979, the Lincoln penny was minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proof coins. The Denver Mint produced over 4 billion pennies that year, but only a fraction remain in uncirculated condition. The San Francisco proofs, with their deep mirror-like finish, are especially collectible, and if you have one with clear details and no spotting, it could be worth a lot more than you imagine. The Philadelphia versions, although common, sometimes show interesting die cracks and rim errors that can add collector value. Some enthusiasts have found pennies with missing letters, extra metal near the date, or off-center strikes, all of which can push the price into the hundreds. So it's not just about the year, it's about the story that each individual coin tells through its unique markings and imperfections. Now let's imagine you're examining your own collection. Hold the 1979 penny under good light, tilt it slowly, and look carefully at the word Liberty, the date, and Lincoln's eye. Any doubling, misprint, or unusual shine could mean you have something special. Then, check the back side, the Lincoln Memorial design, for any missing steps, doubling, or extra metal lines. If it looks unusual, it's worth getting it checked by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can certify the coin and officially record its grade, which instantly boosts its market value. The collector's market for Lincoln pennies has exploded over the past few years, with more people turning to coin collecting as both a hobby and an investment. And the 1979 top Liberty penny is one of those coins leading the charge, not because it's rare in numbers, but because the rare ones among them are truly exceptional. It's like finding a diamond among stones. So don't ignore the small change in your pocket. That humble penny might just be the key to a rare discovery. Whether it's a strong strike, a double die, or a high-grade example, the 1979 Lincoln Top Liberty coin has earned its place among the most fascinating collectible coins in recent memory. And as time passes, these copper beauties will only become rarer and more valuable. If you love exploring the hidden world of rare coins, make sure you subscribe to Coins, the channel that brings you real stories, market updates, and amazing finds from around the world. Hit that like button, share this video with your collector friends, and drop a comment below if you found any special 1979 pennies or if you want me to feature another coin in an upcoming episode. Remember, every coin has a story, and every collector has a dream. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting. This is Coins, where passion meets history, and where 1 cent can sometimes be worth a fortune. Today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in American history, the 1982 Lincoln penny, especially the top Liberty coin. This single coin has an incredible story, full of mystery, history, and unexpected value. Many collectors are still shocked at how much some of these 1982 pennies are worth today, and you might even have one without realizing it. So stay tuned till the end because this story is going to blow your mind. The year was 1982, a time of change for the U.S. Mint and the Lincoln cent. For over 2 decades, the Lincoln penny had been made primarily from copper, but by the early 1980s, copper prices were rising fast, and it was costing more than 1 cent just to make a single penny. The mint had to make a big decision, and that decision changed coin history forever. Midway through 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from the traditional 95% copper penny to a new composition made of 97.5% zinc and only a thin copper plating. This was the first time in history that 2 completely different types of Lincoln cents were minted in the same year, and that's what makes the 1982 series so fascinating and valuable today. Now, what makes the 1982 penny so special is not just its metal composition but also the variety of types that were created. There were 7 major varieties of the 1982 Lincoln cent, large date and small date designs, struck in both copper and zinc, from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. That means there are multiple versions of this coin, and among them, some are extremely rare and valuable. But the one that truly stands out is the 1982 Top Liberty coin, a piece that collectors prize for its unique strike, beautiful details, and in some cases, striking minting errors that make it worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's go deeper into what makes this coin so unique. On the obverse side, we see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The word Liberty appears to the left of Lincoln's profile, and this is where some of the most interesting varieties appear. On some 1982 coins, the lettering is bold, crisp, and perfectly struck. Collectors call these Top Liberty coins, referring to the strong, sharp impression of the word Liberty. These are the coins that often show extraordinary detail, and sometimes, this difference in strike quality or minting can affect the coin's rarity and value, but it doesn't stop there. In 1982, something very unusual happened. Coins from different metal compositions were mixed, and collectors later found pennies that didn't match their expected weight. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. So if you happen to find a 1982 penny and you're not sure what it's made of, take a small digital scale and weigh it. That tiny difference could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some 1982 copper small date pennies from the Denver Mint are so rare that collectors have paid over $18,000 for them in pristine condition. Imagine finding one in your coin jar. The most famous and valuable variety is the 1982 D small date copper Lincoln cent. This coin wasn't even supposed to exist. According to Mint records, Denver should have produced only zinc coins after the change. But somehow, a few copper planchets remained in the Mint's equipment and were struck with the small date design. These coins escaped into circulation and are now considered major numismatic treasures. If you find one, you might be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars in your hand. When collectors and experts talk about the Top Liberty 1982 penny, they often mean those beautifully struck examples that show strong details around the word Liberty and Lincoln's profile. These are not just ordinary coins. They are pieces of minting excellence, and in high-grade condition, they can fetch astonishing prices. Depending on mint mark, metal type, and condition, a 1982 Top Liberty penny can be worth from a few dollars up to several $1,000s. Even circulated examples are now sought after by collectors, and uncirculated ones can bring serious money at auction. Let's talk about the current market. Coin collecting has exploded in recent years, with more people getting into the hobby thanks to online platforms and YouTube channels like Coins, where collectors share discoveries and auction results. In recent sales, high-grade 1982 Lincoln cents with strong strikes and perfect details have sold for anywhere between $500 to over $7,800, and in rare cases, even more. Some estimates place the potential value of certain rare combinations, like the 1982 D small date copper, around $15,000 to $25,000 depending on certification and condition. It's truly amazing to think that a 1-cent coin could be worth that much money today, but beyond the money, the 1982 penny tells a story of transition, a moment when the U.S. Mint moved from the classic, heavy copper coins to the lighter, cheaper zinc ones we still use today. It represents the end of an era and the beginning of a new one in American coinage. And for collectors, that change created a fascinating series of varieties, each with its own history, identity, and mystery. Whether it's a large date or small date, copper or zinc, Denver or Philadelphia Mint, every 1982 penny has a story to tell, and that's what makes it so captivating. So the next time you're looking through your pocket change or coin collection, pay special attention to your 1982 pennies. Look at the date carefully, check if it's a small date or large date, and if you have a scale, weigh it. If it's a copper small date penny and it came from Denver, you might just have one of the rarest modern US coins ever minted. Even if it's not that variety, certain 1982 top Liberty coins with clean surfaces and strong strikes can still sell for impressive prices in today's collector market. The coin market is always changing, but one thing is certain, the 1982 Lincoln penny continues to fascinate both new and experienced collectors. Every time someone finds a new variety or a high-grade example, it renews interest in this historic year. Many experts believe that the true number of surviving rare 1982 pennies is very low, which means their value could increase even more in the coming years. That's why it's worth taking the time to check your coins carefully, because you never know what hidden treasure might be sitting right under your nose. Here at Coins, we're passionate about uncovering the hidden value in everyday change. From rare errors to classic designs, each coin has a story, a history, and sometimes, a fortune attached to it. The 1982 top Liberty Lincoln penny is a perfect example of that, a small piece of metal with a huge story, connecting history, economy, and mystery all in 1 cent. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting, because you might be the next person to discover a coin worth thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and value of the 1982 top Liberty Lincoln penny, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an update. We bring you new stories every week about old coins, rare finds, and the hidden treasures that can change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Who knows, your next coin could be worth a fortune. Stay tuned, and keep collecting with Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and underrated coins in American numismatic history, the 1989 Lincoln penny, also known as the top Liberty cent. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin that you might find lying in your drawer or rolling around in your car, but when you take a closer look, you realize this coin has a story richer than you can imagine. It carries a history that connects to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the evolution of American coinage, and the possibility of finding a small fortune hiding in your pocket change. Let's go back in time to understand where it all began. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, marking a major shift in American coin design. Over the years, small changes were made in design, composition, and mint marks, but the penny remained one of the most iconic symbols of American currency. Fast forward to 1989, a year that at first didn't seem very special for coin collectors, but as time passed, it turned out that this particular year's penny had many varieties, minting errors, and rare conditions that made certain pieces extremely valuable. The 1989 Lincoln penny was struck in both Philadelphia and Denver mints, with no mint mark for Philadelphia and a D mint mark for Denver. These coins were made primarily of copper-plated zinc, following the composition change that took place in 1982, when the mint shifted from 95% copper to a cheaper 97.5% zinc with just a thin layer of copper. Although millions of these coins were minted, some came out with slight errors that now make them worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. Some 1989 pennies have off-center strikes, double dies, misaligned dies, or even missing letters in the word Liberty or the motto "In God We Trust." These errors are extremely rare and attract huge attention from coin enthusiasts and collectors around the world. Now, the top Liberty coin from 1989 is one of the most searched for varieties. This refers to a coin that shows a strikingly bold and high-relief Liberty lettering, sometimes paired with a doubled image or strong die marks that make it unique. When you see such a coin, you can almost feel the craftsmanship and history embedded in that small round piece of metal. Some of these coins, especially those in mint state condition or graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, have been known to sell for incredible prices. Depending on the grade and rarity, certain 1989 Lincoln cents can fetch anywhere between a few $100s to over $7,000 or even more in auctions. The most pristine examples, with perfect strikes and luster, have been valued at around $7,879.79, which is absolutely astonishing for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent to make. But what makes collectors so passionate about the 1989 penny? It's not just the rarity or the price. It's the connection to American history, the beauty of design, and the thrill of discovery. Imagine finding a coin like this in your change, realizing that you're holding a piece of history worth thousands. That's the magic of coin collecting. You never know what treasure might be hiding right in your pocket. Every Lincoln penny tells a story of the people, the minting process, and the times in which it was created. From the smooth copper tones to the subtle imperfections, every detail adds to its character. The obverse of the 1989 penny shows the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, can be seen under the shoulder on many coins, a small tribute to the man who forever changed the face of American coinage. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that ran from 1959 to 2008, symbolizing unity and the enduring memory of a great president. Collectors often look for sharpness in details, clarity in lettering, and originality of color when grading or identifying valuable specimens. A bright red uncirculated 1989 penny, with no scratches and full luster, can be worth much more than its circulated counterpart. In recent years, the coin market for Lincoln pennies has seen a massive surge in interest, especially with the popularity of online coin sales, auctions, and coin grading communities. Collectors are now paying close attention to even the smallest details. A tiny die crack, a faint doubling, or a unique toning pattern could mean the difference between a 1-cent coin and a $1,000 collectible. Websites, YouTube channels, and social media groups dedicated to coin lovers have made this hobby more exciting and accessible than ever before. And here on Coins, we bring you the latest updates, discoveries, and market trends so you can stay ahead in this fascinating world of numismatics. If you're lucky enough to own a 1989 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. Hold it under good light, maybe even use a magnifying glass, and carefully examine the edges, the word Liberty, the date, and the mint mark. Look for any doubling, die cracks, or unique patterns. You might be holding something extraordinary. If you find one in exceptional condition, consider getting it graded by a professional service to verify its authenticity and value. Once graded, your coin could easily become a collector's piece that continues to grow in worth over time. The beauty of coins is that they carry more than just monetary value. They are miniature history books, telling stories of leadership, craftsmanship, and change. The 1989 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of that, a coin born in an era of modern minting technology but still deeply connected to a century-old legacy. Each time you look at that familiar face of Abraham Lincoln, you're reminded of honesty, unity, and the enduring strength of the American spirit. And each time a collector finds a rare variation, it becomes a moment of excitement, a moment where history and discovery meet. So whether you are a beginner just starting your coin journey or a seasoned collector searching for your next treasure, always keep an eye out for these gems from the past. The next time you find a 1989 penny in your change, don't just spend it, study it. Because who knows, it might just be one of those special top Liberty coins worth thousands of dollars. Remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest value. Stay tuned with Coins for more deep dives into rare finds, historical treasures, and unbelievable discoveries from the world of numismatics. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video so more people can learn about these hidden treasures. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing that the next coin you hold might be the one that changes everything. This is Coins, your channel for rare Lincoln cents, hidden history, and the endless excitement of finding value where no one else looks. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp and your collection shining bright, because even a penny can be worth a fortune. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins ever minted in modern American history, the 1992 D. Lincoln penny with the top Liberty error and the famous close AM variety. This little 1-cent coin, something most people would ignore or spend without a second thought, could actually be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. That's right, a single penny that could change your day, or even your life, if you find one. Now before we jump into its incredible story, take a moment to subscribe to Coins and turn on the bell icon, because every week we bring you stories, secrets, and market updates about rare Lincoln cents, wheat pennies, Indian head coins, silver dimes, buffalo nickels, and many more. Whether you're a collector or just curious about the hidden value inside your change jar, Coins is here to guide you through the amazing world of numismatics. Let's go back to 1992. It was a year that seemed ordinary for U.S. mint operations. Billions of Lincoln Memorial cents were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. On the surface, they all looked identical, Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side with the word Liberty and the date 1992, and on the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial with the words United States of America and 1 cent. But something special happened during that production year. A small number of coins, specifically from the Denver Mint, showed a rare design variation that made them unique and incredibly valuable. This variation is known as the close AM design or top Liberty type, and it all comes down to the tiny spacing between two letters, the A and the M in the word America on the reverse side. On regular 1992 pennies, the A and M in America are slightly apart, that's called a wide AM. But on the rare and valuable 1992 D close AM penny, those two letters almost touch each other. The difference is barely noticeable without a magnifying glass, but collectors know that small details in coin design can make an enormous difference in value. And that's exactly what happened here. Because of a die mix-up at the U.S. Mint, the design used for the 1993 cent was accidentally applied to a few 1992 Denver minted pennies. Only a few of these error coins were ever struck, and even fewer have been discovered by collectors today. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket change. At first glance, it looks like any other penny, but under closer inspection, it's a treasure worth thousands. The last confirmed sale of a high-grade 1992 D close AM Lincoln penny reached almost $25,000, and that's not even the highest recorded price. Some estimates for top-condition examples, graded by PCGS or NGC in mint state condition, have reached upwards of $50,000 to $75,000 depending on luster, color, and strike. Even lower-grade versions can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. The story of this coin is also deeply connected to the evolution of the Lincoln cent itself. Designed originally by Victor David Brenner in 1909, the Lincoln cent was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over time, subtle design changes were made, and in 1959 the reverse was changed from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial. Then in 1993, the Mint made a new reverse design with a slightly different spacing between the letters, the close AM design. But due to a mix-up, some of those new reverse dies were used prematurely in 1992 at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. That's how we got the 1992 close AM and 1992 D close AM error coins, both extremely rare, both highly sought after by serious collectors all over the world. Now let's talk about why collectors are calling it a top Liberty coin. When you look at these coins, you'll often notice that the word Liberty appears with strong, clear lettering. It's one of the easiest identifiers to check for mint sharpness and authenticity. Some variations also show interesting die characteristics near the word Liberty, adding to their appeal for collectors who specialize in Lincoln cent varieties. The stronger the strike, the higher the coin's desirability and value. In the current coin market, the demand for rare Lincoln cents continues to rise. Collectors from the US, Canada, Europe, and Asia are all looking for key dates and rare varieties like the 1992 D close AM. The growth of online auctions, coin conventions, and social media groups dedicated to coin collecting has made it easier than ever to find buyers willing to pay big money for coins in top condition. As of now, depending on condition, a 1992 D-Close AM penny could be valued anywhere from a few $100s for circulated examples up to tens of thousands for mint state-graded coins. Some experts even believe that the price will continue to climb as fewer uncirculated examples remain available on the market. This is why it's so important to always check your change and old coin collections. You never know what rare gem might be hiding in plain sight. Take your magnifier, look closely at the back of every 1992 penny, especially those from the Denver Mint. Check the spacing between the A and the M in America. If they're almost touching, you might have found a close AM. Also, check for sharp lettering around Liberty and a clear mint mark D under the date. If it all matches, you could be holding a coin worth a small fortune. Collectors love these era coins not just for their monetary value but also because they tell a fascinating story about minting mistakes, die varieties, and the precision, and sometimes imperfection, of coin production. Every 1992 D-Close AM penny is like a time capsule from a moment when a simple error created something truly extraordinary. And remember, if you want to sell or get your coin appraised, always go to a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their authentication and grading can significantly increase the value of your coin and give you an official record of its rarity and condition. Never clean your coin, because cleaning can damage its surface and drastically lower its value. Keep it in a protective holder and handle it carefully by the edges only. So next time you go through your piggy bank, your old coin albums, or a handful of pocket change, don't overlook the pennies. That little copper coin might just be your ticket to something incredible. And here on Coins, we celebrate every discovery, every rare find, and every collector's story that keeps this amazing hobby alive. Thank you for watching Coins, where we explore the world's most fascinating treasures hidden in plain sight. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with your friends who love rare coins. Who knows, one of them might be holding the next 1992 D-Close AM top Liberty coin worth thousands of dollars. Keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, every coin has a story. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and mysterious pennies in the entire Lincoln Cent series, the 1992 D Lincoln penny with the rare and famous Close AM variety, often referred to by collectors as the top Liberty coin. This is not just any ordinary penny you find in your change. This little 1-cent coin could be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars if you're lucky enough to find one in your pocket or coin jar. So, make sure you stay with me till the end, because we're going to uncover the full history, the special minting error that makes it unique, and the incredible market value of this coin in 2025. Let's begin with a little history. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured the now iconic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, and over time, the reverse design changed from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. For over 50 years, billions of these coins were minted every single year at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Because of such high production numbers, most people assume all Lincoln pennies are common and not worth more than a cent. But that's where the story gets interesting. Every now and then, a rare variation or a small minting difference creates a coin that collectors go absolutely crazy for, and the 1992 D-Close AM penny is one of the rarest and most valuable examples. Now, what makes the 1992 D Lincoln penny so special? The answer lies in a small but very significant design difference between two letters on the reverse side of the coin, the A and M in the word America. Normally, on circulation pennies from 1992, those two letters are spaced apart, known as the wide AM design. But a few coins accidentally struck at the Denver Mint in 1992 were made using a proof die intended for collector sets, where the A and M are very close together, almost touching. This is what we call the Close AM variety. It was never supposed to happen for regular circulation coins, but somehow, a handful of these proof dies were mixed in with regular minting dies. And just like that, a new rarity was born. Collectors began discovering this error years later, and when they did, the coin world went wild. Experts confirmed that only a few examples were known to exist, making the 1992 D-close AM penny one of the scarcest modern Lincoln cents ever found. The difference is so tiny that most people overlook it completely, but to serious coin hunters, that little detail can mean the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. Let's talk about how to identify one. Take a 1992 penny minted with a D mint mark under the date, that's Denver. Turn it over and look closely at the word America. If there's a noticeable gap between the A and M, that's the regular wide AM design, which is worth just a cent or maybe a few cents if uncirculated. But if the A and M are almost touching, with barely any space between them, then congratulations, you may have a genuine 1992 D-close AM penny. You can also check the spacing between the letters in Liberty and the sharpness of Lincoln's details. Sometimes those small hints help confirm authenticity before getting it graded. Now, here comes the part that excites every collector, the value. Over the years, prices for the 1992 D-close AM penny have skyrocketed as more people realize how limited they are. Back when the variety was first discovered, collectors were paying hundreds of dollars for examples in decent condition. But as grading services like PCGS and NGC certified these coins and recognized their rarity, values began to rise into the thousands. Today, depending on the grade, a genuine 1992 D-close AM penny can sell anywhere from several $1,000s up to nearly $25,000 for a high-quality uncirculated specimen. Some reports even suggest one example fetched close to $26,000 in an auction. That's right, a 1-cent coin, worth more than a brand new car, just because of a small design difference, and it's not just the Denver version. There's also a 1992 Philadelphia close AM penny, which is even rarer, with only a few known to exist. But among everyday collectors and hunters, the 1992 D is the one people are most likely to find, since billions of Denver pennies were made that year. The trick is patience and a sharp eye. Many collectors search through rolls of pennies from banks, coin jars, and old collections hoping to find this hidden gem. What's the current market situation for this coin in 2025? Right now, rare coin values are seeing a steady rise as collectors and investors alike recognize the long-term potential of these varieties. The 1992 D-close AM penny remains one of the top Liberty and Lincoln varieties sought after in the coin market. On major auction platforms like Heritage Auctions and Great Collections, coins certified by PCGS as MS65 or higher are commanding impressive prices. Even circulated examples, if verified as genuine, can bring in hundreds or even a few $1,000s, depending on condition and eye appeal. The reason behind such strong market interest is simple: rarity combined with a strong collector base for Lincoln cents. The Lincoln Penny series has one of the most passionate communities in all of numismatics, and small varieties like this tell a story of minting history, precision, and human error that fascinates collectors. Every 1992 D-close AM penny represents a mysterious mix-up at the U.S. Mint, a tiny moment in history that left behind one of the greatest modern coin treasures. Imagine this: you could be holding a fortune right in your hand without even knowing it. Every time you receive change from a store, every jar of old pennies sitting in your drawer, every collection passed down from your grandparents could hide one of these rare treasures. That's the magic of coin collecting: history, mystery, and potential value all in one. So if you're serious about coin hunting, start checking your 1992 pennies right now. Look for that D mint mark, flip it over, and examine the AM in America under a magnifying glass or zoom lens. If they're close together, you might be holding one of the most valuable modern pennies in existence. And remember, always get your coin authenticated by a trusted grading service before selling or buying, because counterfeiters sometimes try to alter coins to mimic this variety. A certified 1992 D-close AM penny from PCGS or NGC is a true treasure in any collection. This is why collectors call it the top Liberty coin, a symbol of small details making a big difference, a reminder that even something as ordinary as a penny can be worth a lifetime of stories and thousands of dollars. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep your eyes open for that one special find that could change your collection forever. Because in the world of coins, anything is possible. Thank you for watching Coins, where history meets treasure. If you love discovering rare coins, their stories, and their market secrets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with other collectors. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the rarest and most valuable coins in circulation. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp and your collection growing. This is Coins, signing off, reminding you that even a single penny can hold the power of history, mystery, and fortune. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about and exciting coins in the Lincoln Penny series, the 1996 Lincoln Penny, also known by collectors as the top Liberty coin. This 1-cent coin might look simple and ordinary, but behind that shiny copper surface lies a story of American history, hidden errors, and an incredible collector's market that could turn a small coin into hundreds or even thousands of dollars in value. So if you've got a 1996 penny lying somewhere in your drawers or inside your old coin jars, don't blink, because by the end of this video, you might realize you're sitting on something worth far more than just 1 cent. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny first appeared in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner, to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It was the first time a real person, a president, appeared on a U.S. coin. The design was immediately iconic, Lincoln's portrait facing right on the obverse, and the word liberty appearing proudly beside him, reminding every American of the value of freedom. The Lincoln penny has gone through several design changes over the years, but the 1996 version remains one of the most interesting, especially when we talk about mint marks, condition, and rare errors. Now the 1996 penny might seem like a modern coin, but collectors know that not all coins are created equal. Most of these were struck in huge numbers, over 13 billion were minted across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these coins have tiny errors that make them incredibly valuable. Coins with double dies, wide AMs, off-center strikes, and weak lettering on the word Liberty or "In God We Trust" can fetch high prices in auctions and private sales. Imagine a small difference in the letter B of Liberty or a small doubling on the date 1996. That could turn your coin into a collector's dream. One of the most searched for types is the 1996 penny with a bold, clear strike and a flawless surface. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading companies, are rare and can bring serious money. Some of these coins in pristine condition have been sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A few exceptional pieces have even been recorded to reach values as high as $787 or more, and in certain cases, depending on the error and mint condition, the estimated collector value can go up to several $1,000s, making it a true hidden gem among modern pennies. When it comes to the top Liberty coins, collectors always check the word Liberty very closely. Sometimes, because of slight variations during the minting process, the letters in Liberty appear faint, doubled, or uneven. This tiny detail is what transforms an ordinary penny into something extraordinary. A 1996 penny with strong, bold letters in Liberty, sharp details on Lincoln's beard and hair, and full luster can be a top-tier collectible. Let's also talk about the composition of the coin. The 1996 penny was made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, weighing about 2.5 grams. That change in metal composition actually began in 1982, when the U.S. Mint shifted from the old 95% copper formula to save costs. But this change created a new type of rarity, coins that were struck on leftover copper planchets by mistake. Although it's extremely rare, if a 1996 penny was accidentally struck on a copper planchet, it could be worth thousands. So, always check your coin's weight carefully. Now, here's something most people don't realize: condition is everything in the coin world. If your 1996 penny looks shiny, uncirculated, and free from scratches, store it properly. Use a coin holder, avoid touching it with bare fingers, and never clean it. Cleaning coins can destroy their original mint luster and actually lower their value. Serious collectors and auction houses always prefer natural patina and untouched surfaces. The 1996 D penny, minted in Denver, also has some special interest among collectors. The Denver mint mark, that tiny D under the date, can appear slightly filled or weak on some coins due to die wear. These filled D varieties are fun to find and can sometimes bring a premium. Likewise, the Philadelphia Mint coins without a mint mark can also be valuable if they display strong strikes or unique errors. And don't forget the 1996 S-proof pennies, made specifically for collectors. These were struck with mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. If you find one still in its original mint packaging, you've got a real treasure. In the current market, coin collectors and dealers are paying close attention to modern-era coins that have pristine condition or unusual mint errors. The 1996 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that many people overlook, thinking it's too new to be valuable, but that's exactly where opportunities lie. Because so many were produced and used daily, finding a high-grade one now is much harder than it used to be. High-end examples certified by PCGS or NGC can command impressive prices, especially if they're designated as red for full copper color and luster. So how much can your coin really be worth today? A regular 1996 penny in circulated condition might just be worth face value, but a top-quality mint state example can easily sell between $50 to $200 depending on grade and color. Proof coins from San Francisco can go for even higher. And those rare varieties with doubling, off-center strikes, or other unique mint errors? Those are the real jackpots. Some have sold for well over $700, even close to $1,000 or more, depending on the exact nature of the error. The world of coin collecting is full of stories like these, everyday coins turning into valuable finds. And that's why channels like Coins exist, to help people recognize the hidden gems right in their hands. So if you're watching this video, take a few minutes to go through your coin jars, your old wallets, and those little boxes where you keep your change. Who knows, your 1996 Lincoln penny might not just be a 1-cent coin, it might be one of those top Liberty coins worth hundreds of dollars. And remember, every coin tells a story. The 1996 Lincoln penny tells a story of American heritage, mint craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. It's more than metal, it's a piece of history you can hold. So the next time you see that tiny word Liberty shining on a penny, take a moment to think about its journey, its value, and the freedom it represents. If you love learning about coins, their secrets, their history, and their hidden worth, make sure to subscribe to Coins. We bring you regular updates, rare coin finds, market trends, and expert insights that can help you turn your coin collecting passion into real knowledge and maybe even profit. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a 1996 penny or any other rare Lincoln coin. Your story might inspire another collector to start their own treasure hunt. This is Coins, uncovering history, 1 cent at a time. Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes open, because the next valuable coin could be right in your pocket. Today we are diving deep into the amazing story of the 1998 Lincoln penny, also known by collectors as one of the most interesting modern coins in American history. You may have a simple-looking 1-cent coin in your hand, but what if I told you that it could actually be worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on a few key details? Stay tuned because we're going to talk about the hidden secrets, history, minting errors, and the real market value of the 1998 Lincoln penny, a true top Liberty coin that could change your coin collecting journey forever. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American culture for more than a century. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Since then, the Lincoln penny has undergone several changes in design, metal composition, and mint marks. But some years stand out, not because of how many were made, but because of rare variations and small differences that make certain coins worth a fortune. And 1998 is one of those years that caught the attention of collectors all over the world. In 1998, the U.S. Mint continued using the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse side of the coin, but just a year later, in 1999, the design began to shift. The following years led to the Lincoln Bicentennial Series and then the Lincoln Shield design we see today. That's why the 1998 penny stands at a special point in history. It represents the end of an era before the design transitions that would reshape the penny forever. But beyond that historical importance, there's something even more exciting. Some 1998 Lincoln pennies carry an extremely rare feature known as the wide AM variety. This small but significant difference can make your coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's break it down simply. On the back of the Lincoln penny, in the word America, the letters A and M are spaced differently on certain coins. In the normal design, known as the close AM, the letters nearly touch. But in the rare, wide AM variety, there is a noticeable gap between them. This happened because the mint accidentally used a proof die, which was meant for special collector coins, to strike regular circulation pennies. The result was a rare error that only appeared on a small number of 1998 pennies. That tiny difference created a huge opportunity for collectors, and that's why the 1998 wide AM penny is one of the most searched for Lincoln cents of the modern era. Now, you might be wondering, what's the value of this special coin today? Well, the value of a 1998 Lincoln penny depends heavily on its condition and whether it has the wide AM variety. A normal 1998 penny that you find in your pocket is generally worth just 1 cent, but if it's in mint or uncirculated condition, it might fetch a small premium for collectors. However, if you have the rare wide AM version, that's where things get exciting. In circulated condition, these can sell for anywhere between $25 to $100. But in pristine mint state, especially in higher grades certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, they can be worth anywhere from several hundred to several $1,000s. Some high-quality examples have sold for over $7,800, $9,700, and even beyond in online auctions. And yes, that means a single penny could be worth more than $787.9792 in collector value when the rarity, condition, and market timing all align perfectly. The most valuable 1998 Lincoln penny is often a combination of rarity and perfection. Collectors seek coins with full red luster, no scratches, sharp strikes, and perfectly visible details on Lincoln's face, hair, and jacket. The word Liberty should be crisp and bold. Any doubling, misprint, or minting error can also drastically increase the value. Errors like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks can make even a common 1998 penny a small treasure. The fascinating part of coin collecting is that so many valuable finds are still out there in circulation. That means you could have a rare 1998 penny sitting right now in your old jar of change or hidden in a box of coins you've ignored for years. That's why collectors all over the world keep their eyes open for this special coin, the top Liberty 1998 Lincoln cent. It's not just about money, it's about discovering a small piece of history. The 1998 penny also reminds us of the legacy of the Lincoln series. From the wheat ears on the early 1909 to 1958 designs to the memorial coins from 1959 to 2008, and finally to the shield pennies we use today, each design tells a story of America's journey. The 1998 edition is part of that story, representing the closing chapter of the Lincoln Memorial design before the big changes of the new millennium. It's a coin that sits right at the crossroads between old and new, history and modernity, rarity and everyday use. Collectors often ask, how can you tell if your 1998 penny is valuable? The answer lies in the details. First, grab a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Look at the reverse side, at the word America. If you can clearly see space between the A and M, you might have the wide AM variety. Next, check the overall condition. If your coin looks clean, shiny, and has no scratches or marks, you might have a gem. Then, check the mint mark under the year. Most 1998 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, marked D. The Philadelphia wide AM pennies are the rare ones to look for. Once you identify one, consider getting it graded, because professional certification can multiply its value dramatically, and of course, it's not just about one coin. The thrill of coin collecting is the endless adventure. Every coin you find tells a story, every mint mark reveals a mystery, and every small discovery can bring you closer to something truly rare and valuable. The 1998 Lincoln penny reminds us that treasures still exist in the most ordinary places, in your pocket, in your wallet, or in a pile of loose change. That's why the Coins channel is here, to help you learn, discover, and collect smartly. If you love coins, don't forget to subscribe to the Coins channel for more amazing stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable finds. Tap the like button, share this video with your friends, and let's keep the passion for coin collecting alive. Remember, one coin can change everything. Maybe your next penny is worth more than you ever imagined. Keep searching, keep collecting, and always check your change. Thanks for watching Coins, where every coin has a story and every story has value. See you in the next video, and who knows, maybe next time we'll be talking about your coin becoming the next big discovery in the world of rare Lincoln pennies. Today we are talking about one of the most fascinating modern Lincoln pennies that has caught the attention of collectors all over the world. The 2008 Lincoln penny, also known as the Top Liberty coin, is more than just a regular cent. It's a story of design, errors, and value that has surprised even professional numismatists. Let's start with the background. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, and ever since, it's been one of the most collected coins in history. Through the years, this iconic penny has seen several changes, from the wheat reverse to the Lincoln Memorial, and later, the shield design we use today. But in 2008, something special happened, and that's what makes the Top Liberty coin so interesting. In 2008, the U.S. Mint was preparing for the 2009 redesign celebrating the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But before that big change, a few coins came out with some unique features that turned them into collector favorites. The 2008 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and depending on where it was struck, it can look slightly different in color, finish, and detail. The most talked about variety among collectors is what many call the Top Liberty coin. On some of these coins, the word Liberty appears unusually bold, misaligned, or even doubled due to die errors. These small variations can dramatically increase a coin's value. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so valuable. Normally, a 2008 penny is worth just 1 cent. But collectors have discovered certain versions with minting errors, strong strikes, or exceptional condition that can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Some rare 2008 Lincoln pennies have sold for prices above $700, $900, or even more depending on grading and condition. A few error coins, graded MS-67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, have fetched incredible prices at auction, sometimes near or above the $1,000 mark. That's a huge return for a coin you could find in your change. One of the most eye-catching details on this coin is the bold and sharp inscription of the word Liberty. Some collectors call it the Top Liberty strike because the letters appear raised or perfectly struck, standing out much more than usual. When this detail combines with a high mint luster and no visible scratches or marks, you're looking at a coin that could be worth a serious amount of money. The metal composition also plays a small role in how these coins age. The 2008 Lincoln cent is made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. Over time, these coins tend to dull, but if you find one that still has its original bright red color and full mint brilliance, that's a good sign it's been well preserved. Coins with this kind of finish are especially valuable when they show sharp strike details on Lincoln's face, the words, "In God We Trust," Liberty, and the date, 2008. Another reason the 2008 penny is important is that it was the last full year of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released 4 different reverses to celebrate Lincoln's life, and in 2010, the shield design replaced them completely. That makes the 2008 penny a kind of final chapter in a long and beloved design series. Collectors love transition years like this because they represent an ending, and that often makes the coins from those years more desirable. So if you have a jar of pennies sitting around your house, it's time to take a closer look. You might have one of these Top Liberty coins hiding in plain sight. What you want to look for are strong details on the word Liberty, a clean and clear date, no scratches, and an even red tone on both sides. If your coin looks like that, it's worth checking its grade. You can use a magnifying glass to inspect the letters and the edges, or send it to a coin grading service for a professional opinion. Now, let's talk about the current market. As of this year, the value of high-grade 2008 Lincoln pennies continues to climb. Collectors are paying premium prices for coins graded MS-66 and MS-67, especially if they have attractive color or proof-like qualities. The estimated value range can go from a few dollars for nice uncirculated examples, to hundreds or even up to around $787 or more for the top certified specimens. The rarest errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned obverse designs, can push prices even higher depending on demand. Another fascinating thing about the 2008 penny is how it connects to Lincoln's legacy. The coin's simple design, Lincoln's profile facing right, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust," has become one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. Every small detail on that penny represents over a century of history, change, and pride. Collectors don't just see these coins as money, they see them as living pieces of American history. That if you ever come across a 2008 Lincoln penny that looks different, maybe the color is extra bright, the text seems thicker, or the coin looks unusually shiny, don't spend it. Set it aside. You never know when that one coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins like this are still being found in circulation, which means treasure hunting is still very much alive. Here at Coins, we love bringing you these amazing stories that remind us how a small cent can hold big value and a bigger story. Whether you're a serious collector or just starting to explore the world of numismatics, the 2008 Top Liberty penny is a perfect reminder that valuable coins aren't always old, sometimes they're right in your wallet. So before you cash in that spare change, take one more look at those pennies. You might be holding a coin worth far more than 1 cent, maybe even hundreds of dollars. Keep an eye out for sharp lettering, strong mint luster, and no visible damage. That could be your ticket to discovering a hidden gem. Thank you for watching Coins. If you enjoyed learning about the 2008 Lincoln Top Liberty penny, hit the like button, share this video with other collectors, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. Every week, we bring you the latest updates, price trends, and rare coin discoveries that can help you spot treasures in your pocket change. Remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Stay tuned, keep collecting, and keep your eyes open for that special 2008 Lincoln penny. It might just change your collection forever.